Well, hello.
Nope, got an
I hope
echo.
I'm trying to go. And I lost your picture. Can you turn your volume off? There you go. Well, I'm here. Welcome. Tonight we are coming to you from Gulf Shores, Alabama. We're in our RV in a campground down here. And we've had rainy weather so far this week. Supposed to have real severe weather tomorrow night, but it's towards the end of the week. It's going to look good. We gonna look beautiful. We actually came down for some routine doctor's appointments and also to see our friends and kind of get away from the area for a while. The pups are staying at home with Michael. He's our friend that is dog sitting with us, doghouse tonight. That's what he calls it. He says doghouse when he's staying up here. I'm waiting for Dina to come over here beside me.
We had to do it this way because we're getting an echo.
We had a bad echo the other way, and we don't have the greatest internet service where we're at.
So we think if we just use one thing, it'll be better?
It'll be better.
Okay.
We're actually in a campground where we're having to get the internet from the area using a device they call a MoFi. If you've ever looked it up, you can see what it is. Anyway,
okay, I can't read y'all's questions and look at that.
I know.
Okay.
That's the problem.
Okay.
She's having to look down to read the questions if there is a question. We're gonna tell you about 4 or 5 missing people and talk a little bit, and this will probably be the end of this tonight. We're gonna make an attempt to be here tomorrow night, but no guarantees for tomorrow night.
Who's coming on?
Tony is actually going to try to come on one night. I'm actually I'm carrying him some stuff down to his house to give
That's
to
not
him.
who I was talking about.
I'll tell him in a minute.
Okay.
To help him get his channel started, and we may even do a little live thing on his channel. I'm not 100% sure on that. Also, my son Dakota is down here. Hopefully we can get him on here for a little bit. He was supposed to play last night and we didn't make it in time for open mic night, so we didn't get him in. But he may have some.
He was supposed to play at the Floribama, but
yeah, he may have some pretty good news. They brought it to a nationally known label, another national known label is very interested in him. But like I said, our internet's not the best in the world. I'm gonna sneeze. I just want to tell you.
Look up at the light. Go towards the light.
Go towards the light.
Go towards the light.
Don't make me sneeze. Hope everybody's doing good. Do you have any interesting news on Melinda or anything?
No, I don't have any interesting news on Melinda, and there is no news on Marcus Duncan. And I invited.
So Marcus Duncan is still.
I invited his mom for tonight, but I hadn't heard from her.
Still, as far as we know, still missing.
Yeah.
And of course, the last time we played a video of his mother asking for help. But as far as we know, he is still missing, and we'd like to have some information on him, of course.
Somebody asked where we are. We're in Gulf Shores, Alabama.
We're in Gulf Shores, Alabama, right on the Gulf of Mexico in Alabama.
We're not on the Gulf.
We're not in the Gulf either, but we're close. We're about a stone's throw from the Gulf. Well,
how far can you throw a stone?
You'd have to be a heck of a thrower. We're actually
you'd have to be David with a
probably
slingshot.
5 miles from the coast, basically. We're in the north end of town, at a big RV park. There's probably 300 RVs in this park. But we normally, when we stay here, we've stayed here several times. We normally stay down closer to where they allow you to walk your dogs. But since the dogs are not with us, we didn't stay the night down there. Okay.
So I woke up to a ding early this morning, and it was my cousin from Atlanta saying that his 2 children, whom we love, were down here till tomorrow, and if we wanted to try to catch up with them, we could do so today. So funny story. So they are 18 and 20, something like that. They're late teens. And anyway, we called. I texted them and I said, "Hey, we want to meet y'all for lunch. Where do you want to go? Um, you want to go get some shrimp,
Fish.
fish? You want to meet for Mexican?" And it came back. One of them's stomach can't handle Mexican and travel. They're traveling tomorrow, and the other said, "Well, if we shrimp and fish is fine as long as I can have something else. I
They don't
don't
eat
eat
fish.
seafood."
So
So
we
guess
went
where they asked to
to
go? They asked to meet us at,
Cracker Barrel.
yeah. So we
So
ate at
anyway,
Cracker Barrel. Come all the way to the coast to eat at Cracker Barrel.
but that's the way it goes.
Well, they wanted to.
You, like I told her, it's not about where we eat; it's the company you eat with. You know, that's the thing.
Well, I like the company I eat with most days.
Most days. Okay. I just woke up. I actually laid down, took a nap. That's very unusual for me,
He
but
took a siesta.
I just felt like I needed to get some sleep for
Um,
some reason.
that's unusual.
But it is, I don't sleep in the afternoon usually.
I don't think you know you sleep in the afternoon.
No,
You're kind of like
I
your
don't.
daddy. You sit down and you go to
No,
sleep.
no, I
Okay.
don't normally sleep in the afternoon.
That's what old people do.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, we're going to talk about this gentleman right here. This is he's a Native American Indian from Alaska. Uh, but he's Morton,
Look how cute
Minnesota, where he came up missing from. The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension has taken on the case of the missing Native American man. The agency announced Friday that it was requesting assistance from the public the whereabouts of 21-year-old Quincy Domingo Schaefer. Authorities say Schaefer was last seen at 10 p.m. Tuesday. I lost my thing there. Tuesday, and may be injured. He does not have a vehicle. They said that the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension and the Lower Sioux Police Department are asking for the public's help. He's 21 years old, who has been missing since January the 26th, 2021. Authorities say that he's described as 5 foot tall, Native American male who weighs approximately 110 pounds. So he could even be, and as young as he looked, somebody could actually think he's a lot younger. Last seen wearing jogging style pants, white and black sweatshirt. According to authorities, anyone with information, please contact the Minnesota Bureau of Apprehension, Lower Sioux Police Department. It gives phone numbers there. But so he is he's a good looking kid, but he is actually kind of small, really, 5 foot, 110. I hope everybody is doing good tonight. We are actually don't have quite the lighting that we should have to light us up in here. Although every light in the whole place is on except in the bedroom and bath.
But don't you think? Look, it looks like.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Okay. Right. You're just.
I'm tired.
Yeah, well, you're just tired. We got to see some friends today.
Yeah, we did. We got to see some friends today.
So what's next?
And doctors tomorrow. All right. This is Los Angeles Police Department is looking. This Los Angeles Department's Olympic area is requesting the public's help in locating Tay Kang. I guess that's the way you pronounce it. Was last seen January the 9th, 2021.
Kong.
It's not Kong, it's Kang. Kang. I would say Kong would be something K. I don't know.
Okay.
January the 9th, 2021 at 4 p.m. And they say that he suffers from various mental conditions and the concern for his safety to safely return home. He's 72 years old. Korean, gray hair, brown eyes. He's 5'4" tall, 120 pounds. He was last seen wearing a white and blue striped t-shirt, gray sweatpants with stripes. Oops, where did I go? Asian in Los Angeles, Koreatown, California. So he is missing.
If I ever go to Los Angeles, I'm going to go to Koreatown.
I figured when I read that, that's what you'd say. Although
You
you do
know
not
me
like
well.
California
No,
as far as
well, I
Los
don't-
Angeles goes because
I
of
don't want to go
crime.
visit.
The crime down there.
Not
I
right
know
now.
not all of the town is crime. I know that, but just my luck, I'd wander off into it like I did in Chicago. We were going to Milwaukee. I took a wrong turn, ended up in the hood of Chicago.
South side.
South side. It was everybody down there had a bandage on them. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And I used to go to Chicago every year with my mother, and we went to the South side where my aunt and uncle lived, but they lived in like these little row houses with the stoops on the front. Honestly, the houses had a walkway down between them. It was barely 2 feet wide.
So that if you say, "Hey, honey, I need some butter over there. You got some
Got the
butter?" They
neighbors,
just
they could
reach out
hand
the
it.
window.
They could hand it to you.
That's neighborly.
It's a nice area, nice group of people, but I think that the urban sprawl of the crime and everything just basically took them over. This is a gentleman who's got a lengthy one to talk about. Can you read that, or you want me to read that?
Okay, let's see. My glasses. All right, let me see if I can get. Okay, it's been 2 weeks and counting, and this was in December. This was written 2020. It has been 2 weeks and counting since Howell County man went missing under suspicious circumstances. Deputies say rumors have been flying in the small town, but still no sign of Ira Lee Briscoe. Investigators say with each passing day, it is a case like this, the urgency only grows. The more time that goes by, the most likely the outcome is not going to be good. Howell County Sheriff's Deputy Lieutenant Thomas says Briscoe was last seen near his home in rural Howell County, the Layton area. His house is now boarded up. Detectives have been following multiple leads, but it's so far no sign of the 25-year-old. Briscoe's parents reported him missing December 23rd, although they had not heard from him since December 17th. This is uncommon for the family. They are very concerned about the whereabouts of their son. Lieutenant Thomas said, "We reached out for an interview with Briscoe's parents, but they did not want to talk about the case. 1 week after the report was made, detectives thought they had a major break in the case. They found Briscoe's car. It was in a scrapyard. The problem is there's some debate as to whether it is even his car or not anymore." Wow. "They may have given it to someone else, so it doesn't offer us any evidentially valued whatsoever." Thomas said, the day before Briscoe went missing, 2 people exchanged gunfire outside the house near Koshyong something. Both of them knew Briscoe, which gave investigators reason to possibly think there would be a connection. Yes, Ira Briscoe is an associate of both individuals that were involved in the shooting. Investigators are working to determine if there could be a connection between what led to the shooting and Briscoe's disappearance. It could be directly connected or even indirectly connected. It could be connected or even directly connected.
Go to the next page and to finish it here. You have to find that where you were.
Well, that's really good.
I know, but that's where it goes.
Okay. We don't know exactly what we're looking at yet. We're following it up. At this point, Briscoe's case is still considered a missing person case under suspicious circumstances. If you have any information, you are asked to call the Howell County Sheriff's Office. His car is described as a 1995 Mercury Sable with a license plate LCV9V1B. The original color of the vehicle was silver, but investigators believe it's been spray painted black. Oh, Lord. Anyone with information regarding the shooting or Briscoe's disappearance are asked to contact Howell County. And I read something on Facebook about that.
That supposedly that he got mixed up in something and fled to Arkansas.
Yeah.
or something.
No, not
and
him.
maybe
One of the
hiding out.
guys that was in the shooting. He went and hid, and I'm wondering if he hid because he knows he killed him.
Something's up on that
Yeah.
for sure. Um,
Thank you, Beauty for Ashes. She says it's the best channel ever.
Thank
the
you
best
very
channel on
much.
YouTube.
It's today has just been. I feel groggy today because
I just woke him up.
just woke me up, and I probably could have slept all night. To be honest with you,
I
I
gave him a
probably
cup of
just
coffee, girls, so he's
yeah.
awake.
I am a little bit awake anyway.
Well, I could wake you up. You want to wake you up?
No, but she's been saying last couple hours when I was trying to halfway read over these things. She was saying before I went to sleep, let's take a walk. Let's take a walk. I said, I'm trying.
I'm getting ready for tonight.
So, do you want me to quit? No, I forgot. Let's take a walk. You want? It's like no memory.
I'm gonna
or
have my
something.
B12 tomorrow.
Are you?
I'm gonna get a B12 shot tomorrow.
I can give you something tomorrow. Here's another one here. Daryl John Norris was last seen at 8:30 on Tuesday, 4th of February, 2020 at his home address in Cleve, South Australia. I saw this. Yeah, I saw this and immediately I wanted to do it. It appears Daryl left his family home on foot without shoes, wallet, cash, bank card, or his phone sometime during that evening on or in the early hours of the next day. Daryl's disappearance is very out of character, and there is a serious concern for his safety and welfare, particularly given that he has never done anything like this before. Extensive searches were undertaken, along with the police inquiries to date, have failed to locate Daryl, and his current whereabouts are unknown. Anyone with information is asked to assist in the whereabouts of Daryl is urged to call Crime Stoppers there in Australia. Now, I tell you what this sounds like to me. It sounds like to me that he probably had some type of medical condition, a stroke, or brain something happened in his head where caused him to do something totally out of character and walk away from his house. If somebody's never done that way before, never carrying any of his cash, his wallet, his phone, and left without shoes on, that tells me probably that he had a medical condition. He could have had a stroke, could have developed some type of amnesia, a number of things that would cause him to just walk away. Do we have anybody from Australia here tonight that can tell us if this is what type of area this is? I'll go back to it here. Cleve, I think it is. It's CLEVE, South Australia. I'd be interested to know if this is was a area like a country area or a big city, or if the outback is fairly near, or what. It's just, and I think it would be what type of year this is. They're opposite us, so it'd be fall. Yeah, just be getting into fall, and I don't know the temperatures over there, so maybe if somebody's on here, they could mention where it's at.
How old is he? Someone asked.
Let me go back to there.
70 something.
Date of birth 60, so he's not. He's actually 4 years younger than me. 61, 60 or 61. So he's not.
No, he's not old.
He's not that old in my personal opinion. He's not that old.
No.
I don't know. If somebody from Australia is here, they could tell us what they think about the area. I'd really like to know. One thing I did want to.
Did you tell him you posted that?
Oh yeah, I did post. I think Beach Bum had asked last week if I would post that signs of human trafficking, and I did post it to our community page today. Also, I did check right before I came on the California toddlers case, and just recently, the adopted parents' mother, I think she's like 65 or around there. The adopted parents of the kids, their mother. That's the way I understand it.
She's 65.
She's 65. That's what it said.
They
Well,
were only 2 and 4.
I know, but you look at
Oh, she's the
Mindy.
adopted
Yeah,
mother. Wait a minute.
she's adopted grandmother.
Okay. That I can
Anyway,
handle.
yeah, the adopted grandmother, talking about the little toddlers, said that she posted something on her. She started a blog on this and posted on the blog that somebody knows something, and she's pleading for the safe return of the toddlers. Uh, so she is making the presumption that they were kidnapped from the yard rather than walked away. That's what I get. And I know that I believe the police have already done a search warrant at their house. The ones, I think this is the same thing. It's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of confusing with everybody. But and another thing, she said, I lost my 2 toddlers and all my other grandchildren in one night, because what happened right after these toddlers came up missing, the police, the welfare people, she said the FBI, but it turns out the welfare, child services, went and took all of the kids out of the house. And that says a whole lot right there, because if they were just lost, what would be the reasoning for taking all the kids out of the house? They're saying, we believe it was something to do with the parents. We can't take the chance for these kids to be harmed or these to be happen. So when the welfare system comes in and takes all the kids out of the house, do you think if I had kids and 2 of my kids got lost, that they come in and take the rest of them, if they honestly believe that the kids were truly lost? No, they're saying they believe the parents had something to do
they didn't
with
take
it.
all the kids from like the smart case and
Yeah,
things like
right.
that. But also, I don't understand why the grandparents were not given the opportunity to take the kids instead of them going into custody. Sometimes the
Because
grandparents.
they can't take the chance that those adopted parents would have access to them. That's my opinion. I don't, I don't think so. What do y'all think? I mean, I don't think they want the adopted parents to have any access to them.
That could be true.
So they took them into custody, which says a lot to me.
But I still there's 3 sets of grandparents.
Well, yes, if you count the birth mother's mother and father, and then you got, but she gave them up for adoption, so I doubt they would be in the running, and his parents and her parents. So they obviously saw something.
There's not an adult.
They didn't feel like they could take the chance on the other children. So, obviously they're number one suspects right now. So, no. See.
Would they have would they have let out of state relatives take them in? That's a good question. That would be a hard one, I would think, because then another state takes over. Then you got 2 states to deal with before they could get the children back.
The easiest thing they could have done is take them out of the home. Period.
Yeah, Sam's right.
And another thing too is, while they have them in custody, they can take a psychologist, get with them, and try to find out if there's any abuse in the home, any other types of things.
Well, Sam's right. If they're innocent, this is really bad.
Yeah, but
this will be a nightmare.
Right, but you saw those films from the neighbor's house where, he comes out, he doesn't look around at different areas around the house. He jumps in his car and takes off and drives around the block. I never saw. I mean, this guy had a camera on that house the whole time. There's no car that comes up in front of the house. There's nobody stop in front of the house to let them kids get in the car. I don't believe the kids are ever at the house. That's my opinion. I believe whatever happened in Bakersfield, and I get the feeling that law enforcement feels the same way. But why, if not, why did Bakersfield take over the case? That's the thing. You know,
Well,
I mean, that's where I'm at. Um, but I kind of think by her coming out and saying this, maybe she's trying to take the heat off somebody there. I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. Um,
I'm trying to keep up here.
Yeah, the California police chief did say there's no suspects, but they're not coming out and saying that these two parents are not suspects, or coming out saying that they're not person of interest. And we get back to the same thing in like the Suzanne Morphew case is maybe they don't want to say that, because if once you name them suspects, every time you talk to them, you're going to be talking with a lawyer. If they get a lawyer before you name them suspects, sometimes it makes them look guilty. So,
Yeah.
But if you start off by saying they are a person of interest, then every time you talk to them, if they talk at all, they'll be with a lawyer. So I would not do that. I would just let them go, even if they're number one suspects. Let them go and let them make their own mistakes.
I think Sam said they did. They did get.
They did. Well,
that's what I'm assuming.
Here's what we said before, and what I said. Even if you're not guilty of anything, it's probably better if you get a lawyer and let the lawyer advise you on how to handle things like that. I mean, handle everything. But unfortunately, in society itself, when you do get an attorney right off the bat, it makes you look guilty.
But I have a very wise man that did 33 years in police work, and he went to law school for 18 months. And he told me that if the police ever want to read me my rights, my first word should be lawyer, and that should be my only word. And he is a very smart man. I had an
FBI agent tell me that one time. He said the FBI ever wants to talk to you officially, the first word out of your mouth should be lawyer. It doesn't matter if you're guilty or not guilty, because it's better to know and be aware of your rights. First off, if the police ever come to me and read my rights, I want to know why, because I am probably one of the most law-abiding people you ever meet, and even to the smallest extent. But because I worked all those years trying to defend the law. So, but if somebody reads me my rights, everybody says, "Oh, just cooperate. Tell everybody." They read me my rights. I want an attorney there to find out why in the world I'm being falsely accused of something. I just would not do this.
Sam said Bakerfield's police have taken over the investigation. That's what he meant.
Yeah, I knew that.
Kathleen said, I live about 3 to 4 hours from Bakersfield, and except on here and some other channels around the towns, you don't hear anything about these boys. That is sad.
That is sad. And is it because there's so much crime there, or is it because it's kind of got swept under the rug, or maybe everybody in the town should be asking questions? Ask the right questions if you do. I don't know. And I know it's not easy to, you know what I'm saying? There's not easy to. I did check on the Suzanne Morphew case like I do every single day, and there's no developments on it either. But Dusty Draper, the 321 report, and also Tyson, they're really keeping it hot and heavy over there. So, but we will cover it if something breaks, but I'm just not in a position right now to see anything breaking. And speaking to that, we may be on tomorrow night, we may not, because it depends. Bad storms in the area. We're operating off of the Wi-Fi in the area. We do not have a designated Wi-Fi right currently to our channel right now down here. But I'll say this: Friday, we are going to do everything in our power to be on, because this is my lovely a lovely person's birthday is this Friday.
Well, but we need to come on Friday to tell about all the April Fool's jokes I played on
Yeah.
Thursday.
We went to a friend of ours down here, real close friend of ours down here, and she said, "I'm not being anywhere around you on Thursday.
They,
We're not going to be nowhere
they
around you
won't
on
answer
Thursday.
my
Won't
phone
answer
calls. They
phone
won't
calls.
do-
Won't do anything because Thursday is April Fool's, and that is Medina's day.
That
And
is my
she is.
favorite day.
Melinda is here. How are you doing, Melinda? Glad to
Hey,
see you
Melinda.
back up and
Someone
feeling
asked
well.
about you right when we came on. Oh, that was
Yes.
you.
I asked
Yeah.
about her. I did.
So anyway, y'all, what I want y'all to do, my challenge to you this week is on April Fool's Day to make people laugh and make them smile. Because I think that's why God created me, was for April Fool's Day. I was just a day late, which is the joke's on me, right? I've asked God to let me die on April Fool's Day, so that when Tommy calls people and says Dina died, they'll say, "Yeah, right," and hang up on him. Because April Fool's Day is my favorite day.
Yeah, and she played a pretty good joke on a great number of people on the internet sending out an email. She sent out an
Okay,
email.
wait. Let me explain the
Okay.
email. Okay, so Tommy left for work, and I call it meanness hit. So I sat down at my computer and I typed a note and put a bunch of people to go to, copied these people, and I said, "Hello, friends. I need you to pray for us. Tommy and I are separated. Pray that the separation won't be long. He will pick up his things as he needs them. And if we need to get a hold of him, you can reach us. You can reach him on the beeper. Again, pray this won't be a long separation. Love, Medina." Then I skipped down about 50 lines or whatever, and I put April Fool's Day. We are separated. Tommy's gone to work and I'm here. The only time he picks up his stuff is when he needs it, and we can always get him on his beeper or his cell phone. Well, needless to say, not everybody read down.
I'd say the majority of people did not read that.
They didn't read the email. One of my friends, my good friends, before I had just hit send, just about, she must have been waiting on it. I don't know. She calls me on the phone and she said, "What did he do?" And I said, "Did you read the entire email?" And she said, "Yes." "What did he do?" And I was like, "Go back and read it again and then call me." And she called me and she said, "I like to have broke my leg getting over the stool to call you because I was worried that you were all upset. And this is April Fool's joke." Our April Fool's. Then our daughter goes back to Montgomery, to where we used to live, in August. And one of her friend's mother comes up and said, "We were so sorry to hear about your parents." And Mindy said, "What about my parents?" And the lady said that they had gotten separated. And Mindy said, "My parents aren't separated." "Oh, you're talking about the April Fool's joke Mom played."
Yeah. People don't read the whole thing. They don't go down the whole thing at the bottom.
So April Fool's Day is my favorite. I got him fired from his police job. I called the chief of police up and I said, "Hey."
I hadn't been working there but about
2 months.
Nah, because started in March. So I was like 3 weeks.
And you'd had 3 wrecks.
Not 3 wrecks. I'd had a wreck.
No.
The guy was going to a call. Explain it. I was going to a call. The guy was screaming for help. Sergeant hollering for help. Man with a gun or whatever. I was going to a call and I passed a car, blue light siren, everything. And right as I got even with him, passing him, he turns to the left and hits the side of my patrol car.
Okay, so anyway, I call up the police station on April Fool's Day and I said, "Can I speak to the chief of police?" And the girl asked me who it was, and I said, "This is me, Medina. I'm Thomas's wife." Well, I haven't had a chance to meet him yet. So the chief of police gets on the phone and I said, "Hey, I haven't met you and you don't know us very well, but I said, this is April Fool's Day, and I always get Tommy on April Fool's Day. 44 years later, I'm still getting him." So anyway, I said, "Can you help me get him today?" And he said, "Well, what have you got in mind?" And I said, "Oh, I don't know. Call him in and fire him or something." So Tommy comes home for lunch, doesn't say a word, nothing's going on. And so when he leaves for work, go back after lunch, I went, "Dang, now I got to think of a way to get him." So he comes in that afternoon off work about 3 o'clock, and he goes in, he starts taking his uniform off. I hear the Velcro go, and then he says, "Honey, come here a minute." And I went in there and he said, "Give me a hug." And he hugged me. He threw me down on the bed and he started choking me. "I'm gonna kill you."
I didn't really choke
No,
her,
he didn't
but
really choke
I
me.
was saying
I
what
was
they did. They
laughing.
called me in there and they said, "Look, you've had this accident. Even though we deemed everything was fine, we're not going to take a chance with you, and I'm afraid we're going to have to let you go. You're fired." And
They said his face
I,
went
my
white.
face, all I could keep them thinking
He
about
put his
is
hand on his
I
heart.
brought my whole family down in this area and sold everything and moved here, and then I don't.
3 weeks later, I
3
got
weeks later, I
fired.
get fired, and then they said, "Oh, by the way, your wife says April Fool." And if I'd have had any type of sense back then, I should have just went and fell over in the floor, and then I could have said April Fool. But
Do
I
you
didn't.
know, y'all? All
It
the
did
people,
break the ice for me there,
but
though.
yes,
It
what
did
I
break the
used for
ice for me
meanness, God
there.
used for good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, people have asked me over the years, "Don't you feel bad about that?" And I said, about that long. It was so good.
Yeah. Yeah, Melinda, I agree. It's that, you send an email out like that, people are going to get, I mean, a bunch of people thought we were separated. I mean, a bunch. I've had the ones on there say, "Hey, I see y'all are back together." And I say, "What do you mean back together?" They say, "Yeah, Medina sent out that." I said, did you read the whole email?
Y'all, I've hid scorpions, plastic scorpions beside the toilet.
Yeah, a rat one time beside the toilet there. I like to broke my neck trying to jump out of the way of this rat.
My
Just
kids,
crazy
y'all,
stuff.
but my friends won't even answer the phone. So if
All
y'all
right.
want to give me your phone number, I'll call you on April Fool's Day and play a joke on you. Oh, let me tell you the best one I played on a stranger. So I was in Walmart and a storm came and the electricity went out. And so they said, "Give us a little bit, the registers will come back up." So they did. And I'm standing in the short line. I've got 2 gallons of antifreeze that I've got to go do winterize a house. And this lady, I turned around and there was a lady behind me and she had a few things in her buggy. I don't know how many, but I turned around and looked. It looked like more than 10. And I turned back around and meanness hit just like that. And I turned around and I said, "Ma'am, you're in the short line, 10 items or less. You need to count your items and you need to move to another line." And she said, "I've got 10 items." And well, she hadn't had to. And I said, looked at her bag again. I said, "Well, ma'am, you may have 10 items, but I suggest you count them because I think there's more than 10 and you need to move on." And about that time, my son goes, "I'm getting out of here. Mom's fixing to get beat up." And she said, "I told you." And by this time, everybody's looking. And I turned around and I said, "Look, I don't care what you've told me. I'm just telling you, if I were you, I would count those items again. And then I would remember it's April Fool's Day." She screams to the top of her lungs, "You got me. I cannot believe you got me." Died laughing. Everybody around her's laughing. So I made everybody laugh. I'm going out of the store, y'all, and meanness. I get almost to my car and meanness hit again. I turn around. There is a handicap bus parked right in front of Walmart. Now she's already seen me pass. I turn around. I go back and I knock on the girl's window, and she said, "Can I help you?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am. They sent me out here to tell you you've got to move this bus or else they're calling the police." And she said, "I've got their customers." I said, "Hey, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what they told me in there. You need to move the bus." And she said, "I am not believing this." I said, "Yeah, I know. And then you got to remember it's April Fool's Day too." She screams to the top of her lungs, and people in the parking lot are turning around looking. So hey, I have some fun, and that's just a few of the ones that I have played.
You have to stay away from her. Can't go nowhere. If we go somewhere, I have to walk the other side because ain't no telling what she's on.
I know, but so many people laugh. They love it.
Yeah.
At the time that it's happening, they probably get mad.
Yeah.
But then they're so happy that it's not real.
And then they go home and talk to you about the crazy woman they saw today.
I know. I don't care. It don't bother me at all. I have so much fun. Life is short. It's too short to be a grump. It's too short. Look here. This is Tommy's cup. That's Tommy's cup. It's too short to be
Linda,
that.
I'm glad you are feeling better and that you are back with us. I sincerely worried about you and sincerely prayed for you. I really did. and that you are better is great.
Melinda says she'd go around with me all day long. We'd have fun.
Oh gosh, y'all did them jail.
No, we wouldn't.
I'd have to raise bond money beforehand.
Hey, no, get me back. He can't get me back. He has tried. Let me tell you what. The friends of mine got together, and one of them decided, okay, we'll get her. So they called me on April Fool's Day and said, yes, this is so and so with the IRS, and you're going to be audited and blah blah. And I said, really? I'm being audited. I tell you what, you call me back tomorrow and tell me that. And I hung up on him. No.
Yeah, there's no. I get her a little stuff, but nothing.
Oh, I got him
major.
The first year we had our store. I had it set up like we had been robbed. Y'all, I wish I had videotaped it. He comes to the door and he goes, the door's unlocked. Oh no. And he grabs his hair, and he had a lot more hair that day. And he grabs his hair and he said, we've been robbed. Call the police. And I said, well, go in and turn the lights on so we can see what they took. So he goes in, and my cousin's waiting in the back, and my cousin goes, April Fool's, compliments of your wife.
I could have killed her. Because, they had stuff laid out everywhere around the front door. I should have known, though, the glass wasn't broken out. Yeah. Like that time the glass was broken out.
Yeah. But we didn't get robbed.
We didn't get robbed. We just, and not really robbed. People think that's a robbery. It's a burglary.
My kids, now I will tell you, listen, April Fool's Day started being funny to me after I realized what it was. I have a dad. I must take after him. I was 3 years old, y'all, and he woke me up on April Fool's Day, and he told me that I had been sick.
Thank you, Melinda. I appreciate you doing that.
I had been sick. He said that I had been sick during the night, and I had thrown up on the floor. And I looked over the side of the bed, and sure enough, there was throw up down there. And he said, I'm going to get you the broom and the dustpan, and you're going to clean it up. Well, by the time he showed me it was fake, he was about ready to clean up a real mess.
Thank you, Melinda.
So Dad has always played April Fool's jokes on me. He's always tried to get me, but he created a monster, a 3-year-old monster that has not gone away.
And I'm serious. People will not talk to her. Debbie had said today when we went over.
She said, "Don't you call me."
She said, if it'd been April Fool's, I ain't seeing you. I said, hey, can I come stay with you on April Fool's?
No, he can't get me. He's tried, bless his heart. My kids did get me 1 year. But
somebody asking about the new channel. It is, of course, I think Melinda is talking about the number 1 million mile road trip. It's our RV channel that we have. And I'll show you here that what it looks like. This is some of the videos. And the channel here is that it's a channel. I do have a lot of going on the road videos, and a lot of them are horrible, because that was where I started doing the editing and doing the ones where I'm not just live. It's actually going out. But I'm getting better at editing. And
yes, the one on our 1 million mile road trip that has the most views is us talking about
traveling armed. And I couldn't believe that one did. I got over 22,000 views on that one video about traveling armed. But I think we have about 460 something subscribers. I'd like to push the course over 1,000 to help get monetized in the future, but you have to have 4,000 hours of watch time, and we will not have that for a long time. But I would still like to have more people watching, but I figure it will. We're doing it kind of organically right now.
As we
travel, as we do things and see things and get to actually see parts of the United States, hopefully Canada and up to Alaska, and that.
You know what I just thought of?
What?
I just thought, if you die before me, I'm going to have to know how to edit. Because when I've got your ashes in that salt shaker and I'm sprinkling you
Dana,
out.
stop that. I think once we start showing you a bunch of stuff and doing a lot of things, different things, and y'all want to come along and see it, that'd be great. I think the channel will grow over time.
We will visit you.
This is a picture that I've got on my Facebook. This is from the last time that we were.
Oh, you gonna show them the Grand?
Yeah, the Grand Tetons, this is the most beautiful place that I've seen so far.
That Grand Tetons will give you holy
and this
bumps.
is an unedited
Look
picture.
at that, y'all.
I took going down a dirt road out there, and they claim the reason why the mountains look so magnificent is because they don't have foothills. They just come straight from the bottom up. And this is out near probably about 20 to 30 miles north of Jackson Hole, Wyoming. But it's a very beautiful place. We spent probably 3 weeks in West Yellowstone, little town that is the entrance to Yellowstone National Park. It was in June and it snowed on us in where we stayed. I remember it being very cold. But
y'all, when you come around that curve from Yellowstone, and I kept asking Tommy, where are the mountains? Where is the Grand Tetons? And all of a sudden they shoot up out of nowhere. Oh my gosh. I still get holy bumps.
I go look every time I look at that picture. I just want to. I would just want to be there. It's just an unbelievable place. It's very beautiful, and those mountains actually look purple.
Yeah, they do.
At times, they look purple. We come around the corner and they actually look purple. And the one pull off, I remember one pull off. She had the binoculars. She was looking, saying, "Wow, wow, look at that, look at that!" And it was a mama bear swimming across a creek with 2 babies on her back.
Did you by chance get that video of Mama?
No, I didn't get that.
We'll have to catch that for tomorrow night. If y'all haven't seen,
if we're on tomorrow night,
if you go to my Facebook page, yesterday I posted a video. We didn't film it. It came up on Facebook, but it's of a mama bear with 4 cubs, and she's trying to wrangle them across the street with traffic. The traffic has stopped. It is absolutely beautiful. This mama bear, with the love that she's taken to get them kids, they're prancing around. It was good.
Yeah, and
not cold bumps, Stephanie. They were holy bumps. I call them when you see those Grand Tetons, they are holy bumps. You realize there is a God.
Yes, and it was pretty neat.
Thanks, Melinda.
We do appreciate that, Melinda.
Yeah, absolutely. We do want to sell our house. We do want to do this full time, and we still want to do the missing full time, and so.
Yeah, we're actually probably going to, with our house, I'd say within a month or so, if we can get it cleaned out and sell what we don't, stage the house, put it with a realtor, get in the RV and go ahead and take off. And because they could show it at any time, we don't have to put the dogs up, don't have to, clean up, and they could show the house, staged house. I think it would sell faster. And then once we are out on the road.
On the road again.
Yes, and we will be getting more video and
y'all wait till you see the video of us getting out of our driveway.
Yeah, I've got this next week is a video on the other channel of us replacing our couch with 2 recliner love seat recliners. But the following week is when we did this video that we're on right now. We'll have this up. But we had the RV, and getting out of our driveway is not an easy feat by any means in that big of an RV. And it had rained so much that I usually just go in the grass a little bit and around, but I couldn't go in the grass because it was raining so much we would have got stuck. So it was.
And we've gotten stuck in our driveway with our old RV.
With our RV, we did get stuck.
And it cost us $5,000?
No.
3 to 5?
It cost us about $500 record bill, and then it also cost us $3,400 to repair the rear end. So
we didn't want to do that again.
Stuck. We didn't want to do that. So we had to, but we put out cameras and everything. We got some pretty good shots of it anyway.
So a little bit more news. Our son, they're taking his record or his CD, whatever you want to call it,
I'm say where right now. Though.
I'm not saying where they're taking. Yeah. They took it
to a major label.
To a major label today.
Yesterday, I think it was. He ought to hear something.
Yeah, he ought to hear something.
But the record business is a business. So sometimes even the people that are talented don't get the breaks they need. But I mean, he told me, he said, I'd be satisfied just being a songwriter. You let somebody else be the one that sings my songs on stage and, does all that. I'm fine. I'm fine. He just wants his music to get out there. But hopefully we're praying that everything will work out um, with his music. And I was hoping he'd be here tonight, but he first thing last night he's saying, I'm going to stay with Angel and her husband, and he went down to theirs because uh, she's about as old as his sister is, and they're good friends. So he went down there, but he did call me and tell me, get my guitar out from underneath the RV. So it's sitting in the bedroom. So, but I do appreciate all your support for him too. And but that's about all I have tonight. It's 51 minutes we've been on here. See there, I guess you're gonna
Okay, can I
force me to
tell them?
walk too. Huh?
Yeah, we're gonna walk. Can I tell them the about the lady that was going to Toronto?
Yeah, but listen, you may offend some people.
Okay, I don't want to offend y'all at all. I never would. Okay, and
It's
y'all
just
can see
a
I got
joke.
blonde right here. You got what?
I was blind at one time,
Okay.
believe it or not.
Okay, y'all. Somebody sent me this, and it was absolutely hilarious. I hope y'all enjoy it. Take it for what it is. It's just funny. So this lady is on a plane headed to Toronto, and she's in
It's
the
like a
economy
model.
class.
She's a model.
Yeah, she's in the economy class. She gets up and she goes and sits in first class.
She's blonde.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Okay. And so the flight attendant comes over and she says, ma'am, you paid for economy. You can't sit in first class. You've got to go back to your seat. And she says, I'm blonde. I'm beautiful. I'm going to Toronto and I am not moving. And so the flight attendant goes into the co-pilot and pilot and says, look, we got a problem. This lady won't move. And so the co-pilot says, I'll go back and talk to her. So the co-pilot goes back and he says, ma'am, you didn't pay for this seat. You've got to go back to economy. She said, I am blonde. I am beautiful. I'm going to Toronto and I am not moving. So he goes back and the co-pilot tells the pilot, said, that blonde back there is just not going to move. You're going to have to call the police to meet us at landing and then have to take her in. And the pilot says, wait a minute, did you say she's a blonde? He said, yeah. He said, that's okay. My wife's a blonde. I speak blonde. So he gets up and he goes back there and he leans down and he whispers in the woman's ear something. And she goes, oh, I'm sorry. And she gets up and goes back to her economy seat. So they asked him, they said, okay, what did you say to her to get her to move? He said, I just told her that seat wasn't going to Toronto.
It's crazy. Melinda, I do appreciate you doing that to help my son out. I really do. That means that means a lot to us. Sonny James,
Okay,
yeah, T.
listen.
Jackson. I actually know exactly who he is. Also, somebody said who
Lynn.
was it? No, Sketty says that
She had to prove her dad.
my daughter has started a dive instructor scuba fully submerged on Instagram and YouTube. We have to check that out. I used to do scuba diving. It's been a while. What?
Okay, wait a minute. Where did he go? Not he, Lynn. There is a Colorado Springs college student that is missing. He is 20 years old, and they found his abandoned car in
Salida?
Salida.
Oh,
Wait a
wow.
minute. Wait, why did you delete that?
If you want to send me that information on there, I'll check it out.
Okay,
At,
I'm sorry.
The missing live stream at gmail.com. What?
Nothing. Wait a minute. Lynn, you why did
It's
I
right
do-
here. It's
Okay.
right here.
Well, it says that I've hidden him and I didn't mean to. Lynn was hidden by live stream. I didn't mean to hide you. Can you unhide him?
I can't. I don't know if I can do that here.
Unhide this user. Okay, you're unhidden. I did that by accident. I'm sorry.
Lynn, we're sorry. My wife
I got finger fumbled.
finger fumbled. Lynn, hope you forgive us, but that was totally an accident.
We're out of our
our thing, so we don't know.
okay.
Yes, we will. If absolutely there, Gulf Girl, we will. Gulf Coast Girl, if we come through there. We're actually probably going to go from Tennessee over where we're going to. First off, we got to run to Milwaukee and drop off a bunch of stuff that belongs to my daughter, and then we got to come back and
Sam invited us to Canada.
Canada. Oh, I want to go to Canada as soon as they open the borders up, for sure. In fact, we were gonna go up through northern Wisconsin, up through Michigan, and then across through Canada and go to Niagara Falls, and then cut back across through Maine. They do that whole northeastern, but we'll definitely do that.
Eric Schwartz was the young man's name.
Okay,
We'll look him
we'll
up
look
tonight
him up
for tomorrow.
for sure. And if we come tomorrow, it depends on the internet situation, storms and everything.
Oh, we come to California. Look at
But,
y'all are all inviting us everywhere. Now, if we just had the money to go, gas is diesel's gone up so high in the
diesel
past.
has
Man, this
gone
is
up,
crazy.
but, it's weird though, because the last time we were out on the road full time, diesel was $4.50 a gallon.
But it started going up right when we decided to go full time last time.
Yeah, but this time at least we got the fuel card. So
yeah,
we got a trucker's fuel card that allows us to buy fuel the same price as the truck drivers do. So it does save some money, like 43 gallons. On 43 gallons, day before yesterday, I saved $7.
Stephanie is an hour north of Milwaukee.
Oh, wow.
Maybe we can meet in Milwaukee. Mm-hmm. I love the public market. I'll meet you by the chocolate cheese counter. That's my favorite.
What did Melinda say? Please keep us not.
I got to go see one of her Cabela locations about this time last year. She dove with sharks.
Children 90% block told him they can help him improve to go civilian to a civilian. You know, I don't understand that if your arteries are like have to get up to 90% blocked before they do anything, unless they'll have some type of medication that can give you to help clear that out, you know. I don't know.
Well, it's kind of like the doctor showing you your kidneys, all your future kidney stones.
Yeah,
and I said, why can't you get a vacuum cleaner and vacuum it out?
Yeah, that was true.
Okay. Melinda, we'll send you the info.
Okay, we will.
And I'll see if there's not a link that my son can email you for the Nashville, the people in Nashville that might can help. Listen, at this rate, anything will help.
Anybody and anything.
That's right. You just never know.
As long as it's not, you know, as long as it's in God's will, that's all we care about.
That's true.
You know?
I personally would rather my son write songs than be on stage. He's got a great singing voice. It's not that. It's just that I think there's less pressure writing songs than there is to perform.
But I'd take anything that's going to get him out there. I mean, that's what he wants. And he's not really, you know, to hear him talk, the money is not the issue for him. He's not, you know, he told me the other day, if I can make $30,000 a year, I'll be happy. I said, Dakota, $30,000 a year is not going to, you know, nowadays, that's not making much money nowadays. But, you know, he makes, I mean, he's living right now on about $15,000 a year. So, you know.
Okay. It sounds like there's quite a few issues on here. And it's hard to go back and see everybody's issue with doctor's appointments and things. Anyway, let's end this one with prayer, and I'll try not to pray real long because somebody didn't like the long prayers, and it's okay if you don't want to hear a prayer. Then you can bow out, and we will see you tomorrow night. If you don't mind, let's come together and let's pray for each other, lift each other up to the Lord, and ask God to be in the center of everything that we do. Father, we come to you right now. And God, we just thank you for this wonderful day that you've given us. We thank you for this time you've given us together with friends from all over the world. God, these people come on Tuesday and Wednesday and Friday nights. They come to not only to hear about the missing and to pray for the missing, but they come to just, God, just to spend a little bit of quiet and peaceful time knowing that you are in this place. God, we thank you for the good reports that we've had, but God, you also can see all the reports there of people that are needing prayer, family members that are needing prayer. And God, I'm sure there's a lot of people that didn't post the things that are heavy on their heart, but we serve a God who knows our heart. And God, you said that you keep all of the tears that we cry in a bottle. They've not gone to waste. God, you hear the cry of our hearts. And so, God, we ask right now that you bring healing to the bodies that need healing. You bring peace to the homes that need peace. You bring joy to the homes that are full of sorrow. And you bring laughter to the homes that are full of tears. God, let us be filled by the Holy Spirit in a way that overflows onto everyone that we come in contact with. And God, I pray that every person in here will have that experience of holy bumps, of seeing something that they know, God, that only you could have done, like the Grand Tetons. God, we know that you did that. We know you created a zebra because the zebra would say, would I paint these stripes on myself? Heck no. So God, I just pray in Jesus' name that you will be with each and every person. When they sleep tonight, God, I pray that you will multiply their rest and wake them up refreshed. And that, God, we will wake up with a mindset of sharing Jesus with the world. God, we thank you and we bless you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. All right. Well, everybody, we will do our best to come back tomorrow. But if we're not here tomorrow, we will be back on Medina's birthday on Friday. And I
want to hear
stories
some good
to
April
tell
Fool's
about
jokes.
what she did if I don't stay here all day Thursday.
Well, sometimes I don't do jokes just because people expect it.
That's true.
Okay. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Good night. God bless you. We love every one of you. And I'm going to try to find something to hear of.
I'll try to get the man to do something with his hair tomorrow.
Okay.
Bless his heart.
Do y'all need to go outside? Do you need to go potty? Maggie, do you want to go play ball? Look at me. You want to go outside? Okay. Inside voice. Inside. Look. Okay. Inside voice. Look at me. Do you want to go outside? Tell me. Talk to me. Inside voice. Hey. Inside voice. What? Can you say please? Can you say please? That was sweet. Don't. Oh, okay. Okay. Sit. Did you say please? You want to go outside? Hey, look at me. You want to go outside? Say please. Okay. We'll go outside. Okay. Ready? Watch this. Maggie, looky here. Look what I got. Maggie, look what I got. Oh, you gonna play? You don't want to play that, huh? You know what they're doing, y'all? I crumbled cornbread and cold biscuits out there for the birds, and they're hunting up every bite.